Okay, finishing what we had started out on. We got here. You can take out negative tan delta x and you get this. But remember from trig, tan squared x plus 1 is secant squared x. And I take the secant squared along with this negative right here and take it out here. And my negative sign looks a little frail here, but that's a negative sign right there. So negative secant squared x times the same times this limit times this limit, where I do the limit of the product is the product of the limits. Notice with the stipulation, though, that I keep tan delta x and delta x together because that's a 0 over 0 limit. Now this one's not. And so with that stipulation, we know this limit is 1. And now here we can throw delta x in and we get this is that's just going to be tan x ordinary when we do that. When we throw, or 0 into delta x, I should say. When we throw 0 into delta x, that's just going to be tan x, and that's going to be 1 minus tan squared. So let's see what happens. So we get, now, let's see, we get tan x, and which is tan squared times 1 minus tan squared. Well, let's see. Well, now this limit, I actually showcase how to do it. I break this limit apart into 2 pieces. And this limit right here is, well, here's the negative sign, here's the secant squared, and here's the tan squared. And now, let's see, 1 minus tan. Oh, wait, no, we throw 0 into delta x. This term is 0. So this isn't tan x, this is a delta x. We throw 0 into here, but the tangent of 0, or tan of 0, is 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. So this is just a 1. We can ignore this term. And so we just get tan squared down here. And so there it is. There's the tan squared. And then I break this guy apart. This is how you do the limit tan delta x over delta x, by the way. This is how you do it from first principles. And then you throw delta x into the cosine, but the cosine of 0 is 1, and 1 over 1 is 1. And so times 1 is just trivial. And this is 1, so we can ignore it. So we're just left with negative secant squared over tan squared. But there's a prettier way to say that, though. We call that the negative. That's going to equate to the negative cosecant squared, because what happens is neg sec squared over tan squared, that's neg 1 over cos squared over sine squared over cos squared. But we can kill the cos squareds by the laws of algebra, and we get negative 1 over the sine squared here. And that's negative cosecant squared when right here. Guys, that's all, and I'll stop the video here. Thank you.